Good morning, good afternoon. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's staying healthy, safe, having fun still. And you better be doing all your work, watching. All right, I can't because I'm at home and you're at home. So, well, your parents are watching. So make sure you're doing your work. Okay? So today we are all done going over outer space, the moon, sun, stars, galaxies, all that stuff. We're finished that. But we get to go into something new. This new thing is pretty fun, because it gets pretty crazy later on. So the new thing we're going to talk about is kind of stuff we're around all the time. So everything we're around all the time can be separated into either living or non-living. What makes something living or non-living? Well, let's focus on the living part. So what makes something that's living? Well, if we're going to talk about stuff that's living, we usually talk about stuff like, one second. So we're talking about stuff like living things. We usually think of something like this. This guy. Yeah, dogs. Dogs are living things, right? This guy's name is Waylon. And, cats are living things. And we're living things. But what makes us living? What's that? What's the definition of something that's living? Well, if something's living, it needs food, water, and sometimes even sunlight. Because it needs stuff to make energy. We always eat food to make energy, right? If you're really hungry, do you really want to do anything? No. No, you don't. Because you feel tired. You don't want to move, and and then sometimes we get a little grumpy. Because we need food and water to make energy so that way we can go do stuff. All living things need this. But, so, like we learned before earlier in the year, humans, dogs, cats, birds, they're all animals, right? So, are there living things that aren't animals? Well, I got an idea. Let's go take a walk. So, I'm at my house now, taking the dog for a walk, Waylon. And before I left the house, I asked you, are all living things animals? Well, not exactly. So, sure, there's living things like animals, but there's also other living things that aren't animals. And, of course, like these trees over here. Sure, they don't have leaves on them yet, but that's because it was winter. And during the winter, leaves fall off trees, which we already learned about. And even the grass. Grass is another living thing. So these are all plants. Any plant that we see, whether it has leaves on it or not, depending on the season, is also a living thing. So these plants all need water, they need carbon dioxide, and they need sunlight. Also, they can, make energy and do their own stuff. But you're probably thinking, but plants don't do anything. That's where you're wrong, because plants grow. So you have to also remember, all living things, they have to eat food, they need water, they need all this energy so they can also not just do stuff, but so they can grow too. I mean, do you think trees are always that big? No way. They used to be super tiny. At one point, they were just a little seed. But do you think you always have to go outside to find, plants and living things? No way. Because there is a few, or more than a few, there's probably quite a bit of living things inside your house. But they're probably in your refrigerator. Like this. An apple. Right? Apple's a fruit. Fruit comes from a plant. So, an apple's a living thing too. Because do you think an apple always was this big? Or was this color? Or do you think it grew on that tree? It grew. It wasn't always this big. It used to be super, super tiny, and then it started growing and more and more and more, and then it became this apple, and then it even started changing colors. So this apple is a living thing, and those seeds inside, you can actually take a seed out of an apple, put it in your backyard, and plant it. How crazy is that? And then you can have your own apple tree. Okay, so now that we know what a living thing is, we know that living things, they need food, they need water. What kind of food and water does an apple need? Well, it needs dirt. That's where it gets a lot of its food, its nutrients. It needs water, right? And it needs a lot of air. Oh, and sunlight. It needs sunlight in order to help make its own food. It does that too. So it takes some food from the dirt. It makes its own food from using sunlight. It's called photosynthesis. And it needs carbon dioxide, that stuff we breathe out. It actually uses that to actually help make more food and stuff. So now that we know what makes a living thing, it needs food, water, needs all those things to have energy to do stuff, right? And they change, they grow, they change, they do stuff. So I'm going to quiz you guys. Let's see if you're paying attention. What about this mug? Is this mug a living thing? Well, let's think about our little checklist. You put water in it, so does that mean it needs water? No, because then you drink the water, right? You can put food in it, right? Yeah, but then you end up eating the food. Does it grow? No. Does it change? No. It's not a living thing. No. Next one. What about this sock monkey? Is a sock monkey a living thing? Let's go through our checklist. Does it need food and water? No. So it doesn't need anything to give it energy to go do stuff. Does it grow? No, it doesn't grow. Because you buy it like this. So if it doesn't grow, it means it doesn't change either. So, nope, sorry, sock monkey. You're not a living thing. Okay, okay. Here's a tricky one. You ready for this? What about this Mega Man action figure? It looks like a person. So that must mean it's a living thing, right? Let's go through our checklist. Does it need food and water? Nope. Does it grow and change? No. But I mean, it makes sound effects, right? So that's gotta mean it's a living thing, right? I mean, listen. You're probably saying it doesn't mean anything, right? Okay. So it doesn't need food and water. It doesn't grow and change. It doesn't need anything to make energy to do stuff. So he's not a living thing either. Man. Okay. Last one. What about this carrot? Is a carrot a living thing? Let's think. Did it grow and change? It did. It grew and changed in the ground. Does it need water? Yeah, it does need water if it's going to grow. Did it need food? It did. It needed soil. If there was no soil, it wouldn't grow. So this is a living thing too. So this is a plant. So if you go into your fridge and look at all the fruits and vegetables in there, and even potatoes. Potatoes are a plant. So any fruit and vegetable is a plant, and all plants we know are living things. So Now that you know what a living thing is, time for a little kind of quiz. Not really quiz. It's an activity. It's going to be fun, okay? So now that we know what living things are, we're going to make something called a T-chart. So you're going to just get a piece of paper and make like this giant letter T. But on one side, at the very top, you're going to write living things. Now, if you need a minute, you can go ahead and just press the space bar on your keyboard, and that's actually going to pause the video for you. All right? So if you need a second to draw this, go ahead and hit that space bar to pause it. All right. Now that you're all set, let's get to why we drew this T-chart. I have all these things here. Over here, there's a picture of a tree. There's a spoon, a fork, a flower, a table, a dog, a butterfly, a key, and you have Mega Man. So what you're going to do is you're going to use that T-chart, and you're going on that one side, right here where it says living things, you're going to just list all of the pictures of living things. Is a tree a living thing? Is a table a living thing? Is a spoon? A butterfly? Fork? Flower? Key? I don't know. You know our little checklist how to find them though. Do they need water? Do they need food? Do they need energy to do stuff and grow? Do they need sunlight? I don't know. But you know with the checklist to figure out all these things. And that was our checklist. So I would like for you to go through all these things, make your list of just the living things on the one side of the T-chart. That's it. Just the living things. And I can't wait to see your finished work. I can't wait to see your answers. All right. So I'll be waiting here, excited to see your work. All right. So I'll talk to you guys later.